It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's IndyCar night on ERN. Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome back. I am Gary Gonzo, and welcome to Round 7 of the Elite Racing League's premier series, the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series Championship, as we come to you from Long Beach for the 5th annual PresleySora.com Long Beach Grand Prix. Joining me in the booth, as always this season, is Luis Gonzalez-Nunez. Luis, we got ourselves a nice big field today and a championship battle that is still wide open with a couple more races before we start the month of May. But it's one of our big crown jewels of the season. It's Long Beach. Welcome to the beach.
Yeah, thank you so much. Welcome to everyone to one of the fifth 5 times in the ERN or Warriors for Peace. We have a Long Beach, very, very tough technical race, bumpy, like all the street course in North America have. The IndyCar is very bumpy, especially when nobody take care of the pavement. Just let's drive at these cars like that. So especially here in Toronto, they don't do nothing. Just the car just racing and just make the bumpy. And this is one of the things I always remember when I watching it when I young. How Juan Pablo Montoya make a switch up down with one hand and moving the two hands very violent and there. So talking about the race, after the disaster of our Stanley, yeah, I think another thing. Stanley after the disaster pit stop, and then he tried to make the coming in, and then tried to put new tires. And Adriano Pinheiro got surprised about that. Pinheiro with 63 leads last race in Barber won the race by 15.3 seconds over 40, and Engrave is better than today, actually here today. So 11 over Pinheiro is over, so it's still open the championship. We are included this. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go, and we have a 2-row course, include this. So it's still Stanley have this the possibility to go into the front again when we're going to Indy 500 and to the end with the double points in the World Wide Technology Raceway. So it's going to be exciting. Something just to say, maybe the last corner, turn 11, very sharp. We cannot make a side by side over there. And I think so all the corners is very difficult, especially in turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, including 5 too. So actually all the track is difficult. It's really hard, and it's a lot of concentration. So I remember race for maybe 60 laps, and after 40 you lose the concentration, you lose your mark to brake, and you have to be always for here 90 laps, be focused and 100%.
And I'll bring up those points again real quick for you. There you see the points. Pinheiro with an 11-point lead coming into the race. Tyler Fode in 3rd, Norgard in 4th, Klindy in 5th, Frankenfeld in 6th, Forsyth in 7th, Blauman 8th, and a tie for 9th between Ryan Schold and Presley Sora, our sponsor of today's race. Number of these guys not in the lineup, but some are here tonight. And we shall see them move up and down on these points as still pretty close, especially in that mid-pack. Here are the rookie points coming into the race. Klindy is your leader by 23 over Richie Hearn. Takeshi Kida is in 3rd, Keel in 4th. Watson, who finished on the podium in the Formula Indy Series last night at Nashville, is in 5th. Andrew Wood, the Catalyst, is in 6th. Hunter Ingrave in 7th. Matt Wagner in 8th, Caleb Pocock in 9th, and Victor Aldrich in 10th. Here is the updated schedule, and it has changed. We have a slight addition to the schedule, or a substitution, and it's right up here. This was Nashville Super Speedway, but we have heard from the league that they will be substituting Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 2008 version, so I guess it would be the legacy version now on the service. And we will be racing there here in 2 weeks instead of Nashville. And then we begin our month of May after that with the Indy GP, then our qualifying, and then Carb Day, and then the Indy 500. Let's get you the current running order as they have about 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to play here. The second group is currently qualifying. And I could give you the driver readout of who's in what group here. It is done by points. Group 1 was 16th on back in points. Group 2 is the top 15 in points. So Panero, Stanley, Foti, Norgard, Klindy, Frankenfeld, Forsyth, Blauman, Schultz, Soar, Hearn, Kidda, Keel, Watson, and Wood are in this group. Currently, right now, Stanley on the provisional pole with a 107 flat. Ingrave is second. He was in that first group with a 107.3. Logan Spath, last year's Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series Rookie of the Year, making an appearance this, as a little bit of a pre-race warm-up for Indianapolis coming up here in a few weeks. He's currently provisionally third. He was also in that Formula Indy Series race last night. Gavin Hibbs in fourth. Foti currently provisionally fifth. And while we're watching qualifications, we got the points in. Here are the conditions. And we'll probably get an early word in here from iRacing and World Wide Technology Raceway before we go racing here to kind of get these ads in early. Our temperature is 71 degrees ambient, 110 on the track temperature. So it is kind of scorching there on the beach here in SoCal.
It is okay, actually. It's not really big deal in track. Actually, in track is really no big deal, especially with these kind of cars around. Always we talking about the condition in oval. Oval is really tough, but I think so in track it's like it's daunting, but at the same point the other factor is how you make the point break, how is your turn, how perfect turns you do for every single lap. So it's many factors, including also the temperature track.
All right, we're going to go a real quick break in early here, and then we'll be back, get ready to announce the starting lineup and go racing for 90 laps here at the beach. The Roar on the Shore is about ready to begin. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
They walk among us, but at 240 miles per hour, they become something more. Buckle up. This new era of speed, this racing revolution, it's just getting started.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Got it.
And we're back. With about 30 seconds left to play here, watching Stanley as he continues to put in some laps. He goes a little wide there on the hairpin in turn 11. Here is a track map in the corner here. There you go. Not a very big course, just under 2 miles in length. The rule set for tonight is a fixed setup race, setup provided by the league. It's a 1.96 11-mile temporary street course. We're doing 90 laps, about 176.4 race miles, no fast repairs, unlimited tires. What we must change the tire compound during the race to the green tire, which is what they use, IndyCar uses on temporary street courses. It's called the Yuli tire, and spells with a G, even though it begins with a WY sound to it, but it starts with a G. And that is a bit of a eco-friendly compound. But we're expecting anywhere from maybe some people try to pull off a 2-stopper. That's going to be kind of tough here. We're probably looking at a 3-stop strategy. And we'll see how this race unfolds.
So, before your actually go for a standing first, and then we're talking about the only driver in the grid race in Long Beach, in the real Long Beach, for John de la Pena.
Richie Hearn, currently
Yes,
provisionally 6th. And we'll see, we're getting ready to line up here and go racing. There is the view from beautiful downtown Long Beach in SoCal here. As we are resetting, getting ready to line up and go racing here on the beach. If you enjoy ERN's coverage of the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so don't miss out on future ERN broadcasts. As they are beginning to line up on the front straight, I believe. No, we are going to do the short lap, so we need to get this in. And there you go, Stanley on the pole. That's going to help his championship effort here with a little extra bonus points. Hunter Ingrave 2nd, Logan Spath 3rd, Adriano Pinero 4th. He is basically your defending champion here from last year. Hibbs and Hearn on row 3, Schold and Foti on row 4, Frankenfeld and Blauman on row 5. Dan Barrera and Kidda, row 6. Greg Forsythe and James Watson on row 7. Presley Sora, the sponsor of today's race, in Pocock in row 8. Norgard and Albrecht on row 9. Andrew Wood and Camargo back on row 10. Clindy back in row 11th with Aldrich, Huckleberry, and Nixon back in row 12. We are using Mr. Huckleberry's cams for today, so all the credits for the camera work go to him. Him and Nixon back on row 12, and Keel and Herrick back in row 13 for our 26-car field.
So, Richie Hearn raced 4 times in the all Long Beach, in the we have it currently. So the best results 10 in 96, with the Reynard 95A. And the worst one, 27, followed year with the Lola T97 with the Champ Car Championship in that time. So the other one was 23 and 11, the last race he did in 1999.
And there is Richie Hearn. If we can get a tied up of his car there. He is the only driver that's driven here for real. There he is. So here we go. We're going to have an interesting start. Everyone needs to kind of get in line very quickly once they get around turn 11 at the hairpin. And then it's green flag. And so this is a very big advantage for the pole sitter and those up at front. They get to control this start. And there you see Ingrave hustling to get up there into the spot. There you see Spath and Panero. Here comes Hearn, and already like 3 or 4 rows are in line, and we're green flag. Here we go, racing.
Like the old IndyCar time when just only the 4 or 6 cars on the front getting matched, and then the other one just...
We have someone with wing damage already. Not sure who it is. Might be Richie Hearn. Yes, Richie Hearn with a missing left front wing plane.
He over brake the time, so he missing the brake point, and that's have a contact with Gabby Hibbs. He have to come in because the car is not gonna it's not gonna turn. Actually, it's turned, but it's not really like you want to.
Yeah, it's going to be, as they say, pushing like a dump truck.
And he stayed out. And also he's aware about the front wing. So when it's happened this, you have 2 options. Just brake before and just turn slow to the curve. So it's maybe 2 or 3 times slow, so that's why. So also Richie Hearn have a penalty for the tally. So it's gonna have to come into the pit soon for that.
Oh, Craig Forsyth coming off of, before we get on to the backstretch here, looks like he spun out.
And we have the DNF for Dave Huckleberry.
Oh, Clindy goes long into the braking zone. I think that's turn 9. And Dave Huckleberry, yeah, he is already parked it in the pits for repair work. All right, so let's give you an idea of what's going on here in the timing tree. It's a little bit different looking than you've seen before on road courses. The black triangle, or the triangle with the white outline there, that means they are on the prime tire. The green triangle means they're on the Waiuli tire. And so the top 3 in the race right now with Stanley. Let's get the intervals here. Stanley out to a 1.8 second lead over Hunter Ingrave, as he's really putting it on right now. Just in that section alone, almost put on a 1/10 of a second. Now 2 seconds on the main straight. He is definitely hitting that pedal hard on the acceleration zone. Frankenfeld on push the pass. Stanley goes purple that lap with a 1:08.7. Ingrave continues to fall behind a little bit, with Panero behind him. Panero desperately wants to get around.
Yeah, that's the problem when you're racing in this street course. You don't have any option. You have to wait for the mistake, and that's Pinheiro do it. So waiting for Engrave. The problem is Pinheiro is faster in this sector, in the third sector over here, when you're going to the main straight in turn 9, 11, 10, 11 now. The one is coming. Actually, it's 2/10 faster than the... It is? Oh no, now it's slow a little bit, but last lap it was 2/10 faster than Engrave. The thing is, if you leave you pass like Engrave, okay, so I am slow. I'm gonna let you pass. I make a mistake. The thing is, you have to let it pass Spath, Gibbs, Schultz, and you're gonna lose like a 3 position. That's the problem. And sometimes when you have like a Pinheiro on the back, push hard, you make it nervous, and that's what happened to me. And also, can Pinheiro make a mistake and cost the race for him because if he's overdriving or try to getting close of him. And now it's Pinheiro make the pass on Engrave. I think Engrave really realized it's more faster now. Pinheiro have a clean air.
Yep, he's going to probably pull away a little bit here.
Yeah, so now it's 4 seconds Staldi.
Yes.
Over.
There you see Stanley already straight away ahead.
Look at how in 2 turns it's really far of it's 5/10 far of Engrave.
Here is the track map one more time for everybody. We'll bring that back up. As Engrave and Spath into 11, or excuse me, in the 9 there. Spath gets around Engrave. And Richie Hearn still out there with the one-wing angel. And actually not doing too bad. I mean, he's keeping up, kind of.
Actually, let's make it... last lap, he did 9.6. So 1 minute, 1 minute, 9.6. So it's same like a Gabby Hibbs. Same, almost same like a Ryan Schultz, and it is close to Tyler 40 on front. Oh. You see the battle of Ryan Schultz and Gabby Hibbs off. He make a pass in turn 9. Sorry, in turn 8. So you asked me last week about which track I prefer on Long Beach. So which would your configuration like?
My preference, as we watch Spath now, kind of really reeling in rather quickly. Pinheiro here. I'm a fan of the non-fountain one, where it came down the main straight and they turned right instead of turning left.
Actually, the turn, I think it's just not that one. I think it's just, let me see where I am. Oh, turn 6. So they should be coming back from here. That is the old track.
Yeah.
It's turn 6.
So yeah,
7, 8.
then they would come down the backstretch here. And this part of the track that we see Stanley right now on has always been here. at least as long as IndyCar has been here. There was a slightly different configuration when Formula One was here. But the hairpin and this portion of the track was still the same. And then right when he gets down to the braking zone, as he is getting a bit of a draft, and we'll get a pass on, I think that's Huckleberry.
Yeah.
Now, when he comes into the braking zone here, they would used to turn driver's right instead of driver's left there. And frankly, I'm not a big fan of the fountain zone. You can't really do much there. You can't get in there and pass. You can't get in there and do side by side. It's pretty much single file, and it's there because it looks good. I'm kind of a fan of the old track. And if you want to race the old track, it might still be around on some modern sims, but I know the old racetrack is available on IndyCar Racing 1 and 2 if you want to race that. And that's my bat phone ringing. Sorry about that. Just expecting a phone call that I don't want to take. You know what I mean when I talk about those.
Talking about that section of the track, Hunter and Grave on turn 1, he brake point, hit the wheels on the right, and he towed the car. So he is still in the pit. So, but he towed the car.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Gavin Hibbs almost gets in the back of him as he tags the wall there. And yeah.
You see, last week in Graves finished in top 3, and now here he preferred to just tow in the car, because even for the toughest drivers, it's really tough over here. Especially when 90 laps really is a lot.
Glindy moving up a position over Jim Herrick. Jim Herrick on pit road for an unscheduled early stop. And he's going to pop out right in front of our leader, Pinero, and Spath coming off the hairpin. Ryan Schultz now worked his way up to 4th. Gavin Hibbs 5th. Tyler Fode 6th. And Richie Hearn and the One-Wing Angel still in 7th. So, I mean, Richie's going to have to come to pit road and get that addressed. But when he comes to pit road to get that addressed, and here he comes to the braking zone against his boss, yeah, he wants to not hit him in the 4D racewear car. And speaking of 4D racewear, Ethan Stanley. He is he receives the Elite Racing League's Pole Award, which is sponsored by 4D Racewear. You want to check out their line of made-for-sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on the link in the description. And this is Ethan's. I should have this information at the top of my head. I don't. This is Ethan's third pole of the year. Second in a row. He was on the pole at Barber. He's also on the pole at Sonoma. So far, he has swept the poles of the road courses this season.
So Pinero have a 2. Ethan have a... No, Pinero have a 3.
Pinero has 3, yeah. He has... And those are bonus points, everybody. So those are 1 bonus points each in the championship. And until we get to Gateway, and that will be 2 bonus points. And then Indianapolis, which, well, if you make the Fast 12, that's where you get the bonus points for qualifying. And that's all going to be double points at those events. So can Stanley sweep the poles when we go to the Indy Grand Prix here in about 3 weeks or 4 weeks or so? We'll see. As no one has really been able to touch him on the road courses in terms of qualifying speed this season. Pinero is kind of stuck at about 6 seconds at the moment.
Yeah, he lost 1 second over 1.4 over Stanley. So Stanley is pulled away. I think so. Maybe Pinheiro waited for the mistake for somebody, or somebody can help. I don't want to say this, but it's like maybe one lap down, making some mistake and cause something to the Stanley, and Pinheiro can close to him. So everything can happen. We saw on Barber last week, and we saw on Sonoma when the Logan Spad and somebody else, I don't remember. But yeah. Everything gonna happen, and we still have a 78 to go.
Yeah, we still have pit stops to make. You can make a lot of mistakes on pit road here. The IndyCar track record here was actually there was, of course, kart ran here for forever, and then IndyCar finally did come here. But Gilles de Ferran holds the kart record. With a time of 51.2932 seconds in 1997, and those old turbocharged cars. I mean, they were flying around this course, and it was also on the smaller circuit. The smaller circuit was about 1.5 miles in distance. This is almost a full half a mile longer, this particular course. Colton Herta has set the kart record, or excuse me, the IndyCar record. He set that not too long ago in 2022 with a time of 1:05.3. The career wins leaders here at Long Beach. The undisputed king of the beach is Al Unser Jr. He has 6 wins, including 4 in a row from 88 to 91. Not a soul could beat the man here in that time period. The next closest is Paul Tracy and Mario Andretti. Albeit Mario's, one of his wins came in 77 when it was a Formula One race. So we'll just give him credit for it anyways. Why not, you know? Your defending NTT IndyCar Series Long Beach winner from 2024 is the inevitable Scott Dixon. The last 5 IndyCar races here have produced 5 different winners. And much like in the sim world here of the Elite Racing League has ran here 4 times. This is the 5th time they've run here. And there have never been a repeat winner. So right now, as things are looking, Ethan Stanley could be the 5th different winner in 5 races here at Long Beach, as he is currently our leader now by 6 seconds.
So it's funny because Goodyear wins 18 times from Formula One to Champ Car. And it's still Firestone. Oh no, Firestone passed him with 21 winners. So thinking about from 95, when Al Unser Jr. won that race, that was the last race of the Goodyear tires won in Long Beach.
And then 98, after the 98 season, Goodyear dropped open wheel, and it was became a single tire league at that point. All the leagues, kart and the Indy Racing League, and it was just strictly Firestone. Seeing Pinheiro's reach Clindy right now. Clindy's a little just in drive to survive mode here.
It's like when it happened in Formula One in 2004 or 5, I think so, 2006, when they have a Bridgestone and they have a Goodyear, and after that race in Indianapolis,
was it Michelin?
Oh, Michelin. Sorry.
Yeah, Bridgestone, yeah. And the funny thing about that race, and it's one of the few races I kind of know a little bit about because they raced at Indianapolis, and there was a lot of technical crossover from the IndyCar side of things. Bridgestone was prepared for that race, that ill-fated U.S. Grand Prix where only 6 cars took the green flag. Bridgestone was prepared for that race because of the data they collected from IndyCar running at that facility and on that pavement. And so since Bridgestone is a subsidiary of Firestone, they had that data and they were prepared, whereas Michelin, who's not involved really in any other open wheel series, didn't have that data and their car suffered as a result.
So because 2005, so because that, I think so was the last race Jordan team score.
Yep.
Because Thiago Monteiro finished on third. So that's the last race on one Jordan car.
he was celebrating. He was partying like it was 1999. I mean, he thought it was the great thing. I'm like, dude,
actually,
it wasn't all that great. You finished halfway through the field of 6 cars.
It was so sucks. It really sucks, and it's like a it wasn't no cool. Since that, they don't come back to USA until they open the Circuits of America.
Yeah.
The Costa or whatever name.
Yeah. And there's a lot of intrigue on why they stopped coming to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There's some rumors that said that Ecclestone wanted to, pay for the event, and Tony George didn't want to be beholden to Ecclestone for anything, which is probably not a bad idea, and said, nope, that's one of the stories I've heard. There's some other stories out there, some conspiracies of why they haven't come back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But the good news is that they, at least in the Indy Grand Prix, formed as a result of that, and now IndyCar uses a variation of that surface and that circuit for their opening event for the month of May. Let's watch the closest battle on the racetrack. Not an awful lot of them. Frankenfeld and Fode is about the closest battle on the racetrack at the moment.
And also the closest battle for Richie Hearn. Every corner is a battle for him. Every corner he have to go in really slow.
I know it's gonna feel really awesome when he gets a new front nose on that thing.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go fly. It's gonna fly. It's gonna catch Frankenfeld easily. But he's low. The team is gonna lose time when he comes into the pit. He must do. He's gonna get a 5-second.
To do it. He's gonna get a 5-second penalty right off the bat just for changing the nose. And right behind him, a battle for 9th between Blauman and Morera. And right behind Morera is Connor Nixon. He's a lap down. He must have had an issue. He had to come to pit road and get some work done. But he is very well achieved on the road courses. We saw him last night on the oval at Nashville, the Formula Indy Series. A huge victim. The net code has been just outrageous here recently.
In Nashville?
Just all over the place, really.
Oh.
But it was very bad at Nashville.
It's getting more awful. At least in Indianapolis, it's not that big, but we already saw it in Iowa. In that tracks when the NASCAR have a more development over there. I'm still thinking about maybe iRacing put that car like a reference with all of these cars in every single oval. I guess that's my stupid idea I have in my mind. Maybe something else, but maybe you know what? In some point when iRacing decide to make finally for IndyCar the game, they're gonna fix that.
Well, supposedly in today's update, and everybody that's playing right now, everybody that's spectating through iRacing had to get that update. You're just watching the stream, so I had to get that update in order for you to even be watching this. One of the fixes supposedly was for netcode or something netcode related. So we'll see if that maybe improves some things. But, yeah, netcode and the race that we had last night in the Formula Indy Series at Nashville, it was just egregious. Half a car width, as Morera smacks the wall coming off of 8. Lap 22 of 90. I would imagine the first round of pit stops will occur. There's Cale Pocock in front of our leader. This is one of those situations where you said that, if the leader catches lap traffic and gets into the wrong situation, he didn't even lose time. It's now a 7-second lead. But if we are doing a 3-stopper, that window opens now at lap 22, 23, 24, somewhere in there.
Oh, we have Dean Herrick. Mid-ball flag, hit in turn 8. Very hard on the left, and the wheel is off. So he's gonna pull away now. He's in the pits actually.
And in front of Ethan Stanley, next car for him that is in the order is 19th position. That's Naiji Camargo. He is about 4 seconds up the racetrack now, about 3.5 seconds up the racetrack. There they are. Before
Richie
he
Hearn
puts
is coming
in the
to the pit
lap
now.
down. Richie Hearn scheduled stop with that window open. Chad Frankenfeld scheduled stop.
Yes.
With the window open. So this is pretty much committing them to a 3-stop strategy. This will pit them at 46, and then in the 60s, and then that will be their last stop. Remember, the length of these races have been increased for this year. They used to be 85 laps. It's the Scott Dixon rule, I'm calling it. Now it's 90 laps. If there's any driver out there that can save another 5 laps worth of fuel, it probably is Scott Dixon. So Ethan Stanley, first stint, looking pretty good. Looking for a redemption from a couple of weeks ago at Barber. We had an early caution, if you remember. Came the pit road to go on a slightly different strategy. We in the booth did not think it was a good call at the time, but hey, we're not the guy in the car, right? And he came to pit road and restarted that race and got into a bit of a battle in the mid-pack and then lost his front wing as a result and had to come back down pit road to get a new wing. And then it kind of went all downhill from there. But also on that same strategy with him was Hunter Ingrave, and Hunter Ingrave came home on the podium. Little congestion here at turn 1. We got lap cars in front of the leader and Blauman coming off of pit road.
I was follow Richie Hearn, and he came out of the pit, and he make it like a loose, the car was loose, so he was in the middle of the track, and guess who's coming on the back? It came Adriano Piñeiro and Logan Spat close. They avoid Richie Hearn in that part in turn 4 and 5.
So Richie Hearn was coming off of pit road?
Yeah. He came out the pit road. He incorporated to the track, and in turn 4 and 5 with the cold tire, he lost the car.
We might have that.
I was 2 laps ago, so
he was coming off of pit road. We might have that, actually. Let's see. That would be an interesting And yeah, there is Pinero, there's Spath in the distance. And he comes off. Now he's off the button and can really mash it if he wants to. He's going through
You have to keep going. You have to keep going to turn 4 and 5.
Okay. We'll just go at full speed here. Oh, there it is. Oof. Yeah, and that's in a very narrow portion of the racetrack. Very fortunate.
So like I said, everything can happen, even with the leader. So I have to be careful with everyone.
Oh, Albrecht went long. And then he tried to do a spin out in the kind of the overrun area, turn 1. And he has to do a 3-point turn to get out of there. I feel your pain. And then he has to find an opening to get back in just get back into the race line here. Ethan Stanley still hasn't come to pit road. He's now 26 laps into his stint, along with Pinero and Spath. Dan Morera, who worked his way up the 4th, now on pit road right now, as well as Kidda on pit road, scheduled first stops.
So I don't see any signs of Pinheiro, Stanley coming in. But really interesting the strategy they have.
And while we're watching Ethan Stanley here, and his sponsor is Blue Egg Marketing, you can rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew, turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand toward victory lane. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. To learn more about Blue Egg, the sponsor there of your leader, Ethan Stanley, click on their link in the description.
Chris Albert, his DNF, he hit in turn 2 after he exited the pit.
So that is just narrowing and thinning the field out for these leaders. And right in front of our leader is Tyler Fode. Our leader has lapped up to P9, P8. Could we see another grand slam here?
Look like it is.
So far, he's got the pole, he's got the purple lap. He's led them all to this point. This is not a battle for position, but this is a battle to put Tyler Fode a lap down. This is his teammate, Fode, looking to the inside of Albrecht. That's not Albrecht. That's Albrecht is unfortunately on pit road. That is Victor Aldrich.
Yeah.
And Stanley decided to come to pit road. And that's probably not a bad move with all the traffic in front of him.
Pinheiro and Logan stay out. Huh. Oh, Thomas Q in turns 5, I think so. Yeah, turn 5. Hit the wall.
He's missing a front wing assembly, a complete front wing, so he needs to watch himself coming into these braking zones. Meanwhile, on pit road, Ethan Stanley. So by coming to pit road and the stomping that Stanley is currently doing on the field right now, and he is here come your leaders to pit road.
Yep.
Stanley is in third spot. He's going to pick back up the lead here momentarily. But the spot gets really close to the corner there in 8.
Oh no, Glendy DC.
Okay, Clindy is out, so that will be our second retirement. I was saying, anyways, Panero, and here comes Panero and Spath. They're done, and they're going to try to cut into Stanley here. There's Stanley going in the 1, and Spath and Panero coming off of pit road right now. So the lead is a little bit shorter. They managed to shave off about a second. Gavin Hibbs goes purple that lap with a 108.1. Oh! Did he lose a wing? Oh, it snapped back in. Panero lost a wing. He hit the corner on exit, and he was forgiven.
Actually, okay, in my camera, they don't lose the wing, but the wing is gained like a damage, and then it's put it back flat. So it's like, okay, nothing happened. But you can hear the wing hit the wall.
And as you see the tire situation, Ethan Stanley with those new tires, those green tires, the Waiuli tires, he just set a time of 107.8 to get that purple lap back. But the top 2 on the Waiuli tire, Spath on the Prime tire, Schold, Hibbs, Frankenfeld, Fode, Blauman, Morera, Kidda, remainder of the top 10 all have switched to the green tire. We heard the green tire in the very extreme short run, and we're talking like for the next lap or 2 after you put them on, they're good. After that, they kind of slow down. So we'll see how long these guys want to stay on the green tire. Maybe make it the short stint.
Yeah, Pinheiro is 2.3 over Spat, so Spat is with the primary tire.
2 cars racing for position in front of our leader. This is Connor Nixon and Craig Forsyth. It's been a pretty good week for Stanley. He won at the Cup level earlier in the week in the Elite Racing League. Can he put a win together here on the IndyCar level for the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series? And he's about a third of the way through the effort to do that. 33 of 90 in the books. Oh, he got really close to Connor there.
Yeah.
almost kind of threw it away a little bit. You don't want to do that. At this point, I was getting ready to say before the last round of pit stops, I mean, despite the stomping that Stanley's doing on the field right now, Panero's doing everything he needs to do to keep Stanley close in the points without beating him in the points.
Greg Forsyth in turn 11 hit the wall, and guess who's coming back on him? Adriano Pinheiro.
Panero in the neighborhood of everyone smacking the wall.
It just Forsyth lost the wing, and he coming to the pit to. He already came, so he's already gone.
Yeah, Stanley is on a completely different level than everyone else right now for this race.
Yes, it is. So it's really hard to catch. After with Hunter and Grave, it's not blocking. I don't want to say blocking. He just make his race, but it's when you make the quali, you're faster than qualifying. But the thing is, what happened on the race? So that's the other stuff you have to be aware after qualifying. So Piñeiro is faster on in the race, but not faster in the qualifying. So that helped Stanley to go away.
Watching a battle here with Frankenfeld, Foti, and Blauman. This is for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Foti was thinking about taking a peek to the inside and sending it in the 1, but he thought better of it. Chad holds on that opposition as they go through the fountain. Let's ride with Tyler Foti. We haven't done a ride along yet. Oh, he gets by. He did not want to get held up by Huckleberry, so he set it in there.
Blauman came in fast on the back.
Here they come into the hairpin down the front straight. And then they come out here. This is West Shoreline Drive. It goes parallel East Shoreline Drive, of course. And this is South. I think this is South Pine, and then they turn here, the Seaside. And this is the old back straight. Here's turn 9. Again, this is unchanged virtually from the old configuration. And down the front straight again. Notice the entrance there for pit road. Very difficult pit road to get on.
Even the exit is really, really difficult.
Because it dumps you out right onto basically right onto the racing line.
Yeah, normally you have to turn to the right because you have a main straight. Very.
Who's in the wall? Is that Camargo?
Camargo, yes, sir. Oh. Oh, Crash Force, I also 2 and turn 1, and I think it's game over for him. He towing.
Yeah, he's done a tow. All right, now our leader, who's right behind Presley Sora, our sponsor of today's race. Presley in 13th, and he just moves on over, lets our leader on by.
So you mentioned he's dominate in this race. So that's the races he have to dominate.
Yeah.
Because in oval is well, we see a Stanley in oval is pretty good, but it's not really enough to be close to Piñeiro with all of this experience in oval. So we always mention Piñeiro as the big candidate to win, especially now with Atlanta. We see it in the fixed series, and the guys have his staff to coming in with hot track and win the race, or at least take the podium. So that's why Stanley, all of these races, especially with Indy GP, have to take at least the win to keep it alive, the battle for in World Wide Technology Raceway. Yeah.
Today's 5th annual Long Beach Grand Prix is proudly sponsored by PresleySora.com. PresleySora.com is the official website of NASCAR ARCA Menard Series driver Presley Sora. For all information, merchandise, driver news, visit PresleySora.com. Follow Presley on social media via @PresleySora, or check all the links in the description. I want to thank him for sponsoring today's race. He's also going to sponsor Qualification Day coming up at the Brickyard for the Indy 500 coming up later this season. We'll be broadcasting that as well. But we are quickly coming to the halfway point here in Long Beach, lap 40 of 90. And James Watson now at the exit of corner number that's corner number 8 as he came to a rest there. We're watching Fody and Frankenfeld. And Frankenfeld misses his braking point and goes into the turn 9 wall. And there's a caution on the racetrack, and there's another car in the wall.
He called it for the yellow flag because Waxon and somebody else. Oh, he make a. So you see Waxon and Camargo. He's blocking, 2 cars blocking the track. That's why they dropped the yellow flag now.
Well, this is going to change things up. And we'll watch this as he's coming. And now we see Watson is missing the front wing. Chad tries to make this last corner. This is turn 10, and then boom. And here goes Watson into the wall there.
So I think the problem for Frankenfeld lost the concentration on that.
And then he had to tow. Well, this is good news for Pinero and Spath and Ryan Schold, as now Stanley needs to wait for the pace car. And there is the pace car.
Oh, you know what? Maybe Frankenfeld got scary about the almost dive bomb on 40, because 40 made the attempt to break after, and that's why Frankenfeld break late. He didn't break. He just hit the wheel. Sorry, the tire.
Clindy's back. He said he had an internet disconnect, so he's back, I think, in the car. Yeah, he is. He's on the race course. Making laps, getting some experience in. So Stanley now, does he pit or stay out? He's 11 laps into his stint. A number of cars that are a little bit longer into this stint, such as Schold, Hibbs, Fody, Blauman, they are 15, 16, 17 laps into this stint. They might come to pit road right now. That is almost a completion of the a complete second stint here. We told you it would be right around lap 46 or so for a lot of these people. We're at lap 41.
This is the question. Is say the same we did on last race on Barber.
I'm going to say I think Ethan's going to stay out. I don't think he makes that mistake again. I think he's going to stay out.
Well, let's see on. Okay, he stay out. What's happening on Pinheiro? And Pinheiro's coming in.
Nope, pump fake.
No, he attempted. Okay.
But Schold coming in, Norgard coming in, Hibbs coming in, Fody coming in, Blauman coming in, Morera coming in, Kidda coming in. So a lot of the guys that were kind of from 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, back in that area, they all came in. And I think Ethan Stanley learned I think he learned at the last race that don't give up that track position.
You know what? If Piñeiro coming in with all of that group was a good strategy, because they only have a Logan spot on front with the old tires.
And they're only 11-lap-old tires, so they are on the exact same strategy as our leader now. So very interesting how this is unfolding with a mid-race caution here and the 5th annual Presley Sora Grand Prix of Long Beach. Your leader is Ethan Stanley, but we are under caution. He has dominated this day, has led every lap but one, has the purple lap, started from the pole. Behind him is Connor Nixon and Presley Sora. They are down a lap in 12th and 13th. They might come to pit road next time by, and that would allow Pinero and Spath to creep a little closer to Stanley. Remember, the lights are out on the pace car, so those guys that are ahead are not coming to pit road. Remember the restart rules here on road courses for the Elite Racing League. They will be going green this time by. When the pace car leaves the racetrack, they'll put it under the control of Ethan Stanley. There is no extra lap like you see on ovals. And do Connor and Presley play well with Adriano and Logan? Here we go. Green flag in the air, getting ready to resume here at lap 43 of 90, just shy of the halfway point. And Pinero gets the drop on Presley Sora already.
Yeah.
He needed to do that. Unfortunately, Spath is caught behind him.
I know Nixon have to leave the position.
Nixon 26 laps into his stint, so either he missed pit road or he just wanted to not leave the racetrack. Maybe he thought he could get his lap back with the leader coming to pit road, and that just didn't happen. Spath getting around Sora. Now Schold tries to do it. Schold on new green tires. Oh, Hibbs got caught on the outside. Everybody on push the pass. Look at the tree light up. Now Ryan Schold is trying to get around Presley Sora. This is just for track position. Schold's gonna send it to the inside. He'll get on by. Of course, Schold in that PRI Hoosier 500 livery. And in December, ERN becomes the primetime home for Happy Hour at the Brickyard, your nightly destination for all the action leading up to the prestigious Hoosier 500. The last kiss of the bricks in 2025 starts here. The countdown is on. Oh, we almost saw a pileup. Stanley goes purple. We almost saw a pileup in the hairpin with Richie Hearn.
Missing the front wing, Richie Hearn again.
So everybody pucker up and don't miss a second of action. I want you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay locked in, and we'll see you in December when we have practice for the PRI Hoosier 500 right here on the Elite Racing Network. Meanwhile, back up front, Stanley cruising out now to a 2-second lead. It's not a 6-second lead, but it's a 2-second lead.
It's a 2. It is close. So Nixon didn't leave position Pinheiro. So when he coming into the pit, he slowed down Pinheiro to coming in Nixon to the pit. So at least over there, he lost maybe half a second maybe over there. But now it's much close. It's much better for Pinheiro. But he make the faster lap, Stanley, 1.7.7. So 107.7. That's the
yeah, 107.711 was the actual time. Let's give you an update on the push-to-pass situation, shall we? Here's your push-to-pass situation. Stanley has not really touched it. He is 192 seconds left here in this race. Pinheiro 176, Spath 174, Schold 159, Fody 143, Hibbs 166, Blauman 148, Morera 164. Andrew Wood's been spamming the button. He's got 71 seconds left. Kidda at 136. Now, a couple of weeks ago in the Formula Indy Series, we saw a driver absolutely use every 200 of his seconds in the very first stint of the race. And it got him up into the top 5, and he was able to hang on to the top 5 for the remainder of the race. And we're like, that really is not a bad thought. Just push on that first stint. Just know that the remainder of your race, you're going to be without the button.
Yeah, I never thinking about it. Use,
Pinheiro purple, 107.6. So wow. We now have a fight at the front as he's got it within a second and a half. And now we've got into a situation of tire management where maybe Stanley has pushed the edge of those Waiuli tires a little too far, while Pinheiro has babied his tires a little bit more.
But yeah, he lost 4/10 last. Oh, he got going in front. Richard Hurt.
Oh, contact with their leaders. Here comes Spath. Spath makes contact, but I think he makes it through. Oh, Schold makes contact, but he's forgiven. And we are cautioned.
Oh no! Wow. So what happened, Richie Hearn?
Trying to get back to it. Here we go.
Is Richie? It was Richie Hearn, yeah. Oh yeah.
And just hot into the corner, pounds the wall, and then is stuck there in the middle. And he tries to get out of the way of the traffic, but here come the leaders. And pow. And then here comes Pinheiro. And they just don't see this. And I'm sorry, I got the weather graphic up there. Let's get that off. And then, I think Spath made it untouched.
Spath. Okay.
It was netcode. Yeah.
iRacing. My God, iRacing. But let's be realistic. So, if it's the real race in the real condition, they should have a yellow flag.
Well, they should have been getting the local yellow as this happened in front of them. So they should have been coming around the corner going, okay, we got a local yellow. Where is it? But he comes around and pow. I don't know. I mean, they're getting notification of a local yellow.
It is not. So I see Don Boro Stanley. I don't see the yellow flashing in his wheel.
No, you're not going to get a local yellow flashing on your wheel. Only a full course flashing on your wheel.
Actually, Yes, actually, in some of the track you have that actually in your spotter, whatever spotter you have or
Your
applications,
spotter should tell
whichever.
you. That's true. Your spotter should say there's a caution in turn 8.
Mm.
That is true. So now Logan Spath, we'll watch him come around the corner. As he's going to probably come to pit road now, I would imagine, to get the car looked at. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. He sees his car move, but there's net code, and then he squeezes through that hole there, and now all of a sudden Logan is our leader.
Ooh, Ryan Schultz, but close because Pinheiro turned full reverse. You can see Ryan Schultz, how he saved the car.
Wow, this shakes up things, folks. This really shakes up things. My goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and reset the field. Logan Spath is your leader. I'm not sure what type of damage Logan has. He has 18 laps on his tires. He needs to stop here again. He was on the same strategy as the leaders in front of him that unfortunately got caught up in the incident. He is our leader. He's going to have to stop here soon, probably sometime in the next 10 laps, I would imagine. Right behind him is Ryan Schultz. He will pick up the lead of the race when Logan comes to pit road, or if he could pass him on the racetrack. Depends on how tough he wants to race Logan, knowing that Logan still needs to make a stop. Tyler Fode now has worked his way up to third. Remember, Tyler was getting ready to go a lap down at one point. Brian Blauman very quietly has worked his way up to fourth. Dan Morera, the Formula Indy Series amateur champion from last season, he is now in fifth. Kidda is sixth. Andrew Wood, the catalyst, he's back in seventh. Gavin Hibbs on pit road for I'm not sure what type of stop he's on pit road for, and I can't get a good angle at his car.
Oh, because the next one is Norgard is one lap down. Something happened with him.
So something happened with Hibbs.
Oh.
And he's on an extended stop, so I'm not sure what happened with Hibbs, but he's in eighth. Then Norgard, if Norgard passes him on pit road, Norgard moves up into eighth. Cale Pocock then will move up to ninth. And Connor Nixon, who at one point was having problems, now moves up to 10th.
So Gabby Gibbs have contact with Stanley on turn 11. That's why he lose the front wing and something damage have also too. That's why it's in pitch.
Okay, here's what happened. Hibbs was trying to turn, and he was going wide, and Stanley's damaged, and they're blocked in.
Ooh, Tyler 40 is going to second Ryan Schultz. So, Gary, we have a new race.
We had a restart there, but I wanted to show everybody the full story. Logan Spath restarts. He is now your leader. Tyler Fode gets around Schultz. So Fode is going to attack on the younger tires, 8 laps old.
This is 40 laps new race.
Yeah, this is an entirely new race.
Yeah.
And Stanley and Pinheiro still on pit road. So they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Does Logan Spath have any damage?
So how is changing the championship with all of this?
I don't think it's really going to change much because they're so far down in the order. It's just going to be a couple points. a couple
if
points
it's 40
gained
win,
by Stanley. He's going to get the bonus
40
points
wins.
for probably leading the most laps. Right now, at least the bonus. He'll get the bonus point for the pole. He'll get the bonus point for leading a lap. He'll get the bonus points probably for leading the most laps. And he might get the bonus point for he'll get the Pinero will get the bonus point for leading the fastest lap and leading one lap. So it's kind of a push, really. I mean, I think Stanley gets a little bit of ground, but right now Stanley is classified in 15th and Pinero in 16th. So your top 7 are the only cars on the lead lap. That's Spath, Fode, Schuld, Blauman, Morera, Kidda, Wood. And you mentioned it. You said this earlier, Lewis. You said that you did not see any problems happening to Ethan Stanley unless it was lap traffic or a slow car in front of him, and that's exactly what happened.
It doesn't want to. Especially here, the corner is really blind. You don't know what you have in front, and that's because this.
Schuld and Fode, excuse me. I said Schuld and Fode. Blauman gets in there deep. But yeah, you mentioned it. It's just you called the shot there.
Yeah, because it's happened to me before, and it's like it's not over until you see the checkered flag. It's not like Silverstone or maybe Road America. You have a long while racetrack, and you can least avoid that things. But here you have a short stuff, blind, no local yellow course or whatever, yellow course local or whatever. It is what it is, and it could be happening in the real life also. You're going too close to the incident, and for sure, you don't see that. You don't have any warning about that. So, unfortunately for Stanley.
Oh, Kidda and Morera.
He lead a lot.
Sorry, Kidda and Morera. Morera is missing a front wing. Kidda gets around Morera. Move Kidda now up to 5th. So the 4D car is having a rough day at it right now.
You know what? It more sucks is lead all the laps than just I just racing and I hit the wall. More sucks for sure. The first one.
If you're just joining us, a lot has happened in the last 10 laps. This is ERN's coverage of the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series, and this is the 5th annual Presley Sora Long Beach Grand Prix, coming to you from the streets of Long Beach, where we've completed 54 of 90 laps. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you can miss out on the next race. The next race for us is in 2 weeks at Atlanta for the 4D Raceway 500K. It's our final race before the start of our month of May. Start time 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. You won't want to miss it because this race has turned this season on its head as our 2 points leaders and winners of the past couple of races. Adriano Pinero and Ethan Stanley. Ethan Stanley is back rolling again. Pinero has withdrawn. Had an incident with Richie Hearn, who spun out in turn 8, and they were collected by him kind of stationary on the racetrack. They kind of drove in full bore into a local caution and kind of got collected and collected each other. I'm surprised that Ethan's car is still rolling after flipping and doing a barrel roll. And there is Ethan Stanley right in front of our leader. How that car is still rolling it does not sound like it is behaving very well.
It's not rolling very well, but at least to save the points. So I made my calculation. If 40 wins the race today, it's going for 244, so it's going to give it the leader if he wins the race. But look like Logan Spad is going away from the group. So
it's like Stanley leading a leader on by. That was very courteous of him. Meanwhile, Scholl taking a peek at Fody. Oh, he had a good run through the fountain. That's about the only thing you can do in the fountain is you can really gain on someone who decides to take it through there a little bit easier. You can't pass through there, but he got really, really close.
Oh, Stanley disappeared? Oh, Stanley disappeared now.
Yeah, he punched out.
Oh, yeah. He left, yeah.
Yeah, he just maybe wanted to know that he looked at the timing of scoring and gained a couple of spots, but Forsyth is going to get one back on him here in a lap or so. And there's Forsyth. Stanley moved up to 14th. And Dave Huckleberry and Clindy, as through the course of this race here, will probably also pass Ethan Stanley. So Ethan's going to come down a couple spots, but he'll finish a spot or two better than Pinero. So when does our leader come to pit road? Lap 57 of 90. He is 26 laps into his stint. He went 30 the first time, and he went long with our, at the time, our leader when it was handed over to Pinero.
That's a good thing about the yellow flags sometimes.
It certainly spiced things up. Otherwise, we'd be looking at maybe possibly an Ethan Stanley romp. But a little bit about Logan Spath. Those of you who don't know who he is our defending Rookie of the Year champion from 2025B. He's teammate to our 2025A Indy 500 winner, Caleb Bency. He's a regular participant in the Formula Indy Series, which competes on Wednesday nights over on the P1 channel. It's a predominantly a road league with a couple of ovals. He finished in third place last season. This season's been a bit of a rough season for him. He finished on the podium, I think, in 2 races in the Elite Racing League last season, one of which was at very exciting P1 Broadcasting US 500 at Michigan. That was won by Matthew Weeks. Matthew won that. It was Craig Forsyth second and Logan Spath in third. And he became the Rookie of the Year champion for 2025B. He has since been focusing on the Formula Indy Series. Formula Indy Series nearing the end of its season. So he's looking for a little bit of a warm-up before he comes to the lineup again for Indianapolis. For the Indy 500 here in a couple of weeks, he will be he'll attempt to qualify for that, along with his teammate and defending champion from a year ago, Caleb Bency. And that's a little bit of background on Logan. He has, in league racing-wise, he has 1 win to his credit in league racing. It was a Revolution Indy League race back in the old RIL. He won at Talladega, but has not won a league race otherwise. So this is a big race for him. Warming up for Indy, making his first start of the year as the defending Rookie of the Year champion from 2025B, leading now by 4.5 seconds. And getting through that incident zone that collected our leader by the skin of his teeth.
To be honest, he have a damage on the car when he passed Pinheiro and Stanley. But once again, I race in C and out stuff, so he gave it a forgiven for him on the race. So yeah, new race. It's really crazy. It's, to be honest, crazy season. We have this in 7 races or 6 races.
Now let me ask you a question. Let me play devil's advocate. And I see Ethan making a chat, making a couple of messages in chat. On that previous caution, then, Stanley should have pitted?
My God,
he would have been back in the field, and he would have run into that zone had others run into that zone way before him, and they would have had notification. And possibly, if he would have stopped on that caution, it really shows you here. Sometimes throwing that dice, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. He was learning a lesson from last race where I'm not going to get back caught in that mid-pack. That's what took me out, those shenanigans. I'm going to stay in the lead. I stay in the lead, and I get taken out. Not necessarily by shenanigans, but just being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I don't know. It's you know what? If it don't pit it in, it should be Piñeiro get the hit, and maybe Stanley coming on the back and hit it. Or maybe get it third, and I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't know. It's what if? It's what if?
I mean, those are decisions that you'll think about yourself that will cause you to toss and turn a little bit at night before you finally just pass out from exhaustion, going, "Oh, it's not worth it."
You know what? If I Stanley, I should be pitted in because I have a new tires. I can go in more longest than what I did before, so that makes sense for me. But could be happening because Richie Henry have a damage. He pitted in to fix his front wing. In the restart, he have lost the front wing. That's why. And we already saw it. Now cars they come into the pit with cold tires. They have this incident, but weird incident because in that turn 7 and 8, no, turn 8. It's easy to take the turn. It's not really difficult. If it's turn 4 or 5, that's the toughest.
Well, Dan Marrera is holding off Andrew Wood, who's trying to get a bead on the Costa Rican that's flying with one wing at the moment. And you can tell if in these more twistier portions of the racetrack, you can definitely tell Andrew's a lot quicker.
Something is with that front wing. I don't know. If something happened with that front wing, you can still in track. I don't know. And you can still turn the car because without front wing, you cannot turn the car properly. You have to go more slow. You have to brake before and go more slow to at least put the car in proper
leader on pit road
direction.
Leader on pit road. We watch him move down and get to
31. So this is the
this is second stop for Logan.
Third. Yeah.
So this is, he went 30. He went 31. This is his last stop. He's going to stay out, and he stays. He's going to go on the green tires. And he's going to have nobody in front of him. Well, here comes Victor Aldrich. But I don't think he's going to race him out of the pits. But he's going to have no one in front of him, and everyone in front of him still needs to come to pit road at least one more time.
Yes, to the end we are 27 to go. Yeah, for sure. I think so. This.
But you're not. Oh, Logan! The kid's cold tires off of corner number 4, I believe that was. He caught it before hitting the wall.
Whoa! Nice save.
That was corner number 5. Sorry.
Yes. Wow. It's same happened. I told you. See, what is happening with Richie Hearn, it should be make sense in that corner, but yeah. But the main thing is both tires.
In the hairpin, he goes a little wide, smacks the wall. Well, I don't know if it's all going to heck here for Logan on this at the beginning of this stint now. But he's on the push to pass button, try to get some pace back in that car. Meanwhile, back up front, Tyler Fode and Ryan Schold. They're coming into 9. Side by side, and Schold has put a full court press now on Fode, and right behind him is Blauman. Klindy gets clear on the main straight. Good etiquette there as they go down the front straight.
So if I 40, I have a under pressure on the Ryan Schold. I coming in to reset my mind again, to be honest. And also you can lose time because you have to battle with the corners, and also you have to battle with watching this guy getting close to me. So
Schold got really close to the wall there on the corner exit there of 4 or 5. And I think and when we were watching the Spath, I think you might have been questioning his choice of the green tires.
Oh yeah, he's there with the green tires, yes.
And Dan Marrera is now down a lap. He stopped on pit road. So we're watching out the rear gearbox.
It's coming in. Oh no, it's coming in. Oh, it should be coming in, to be honest.
Fode?
Yeah, it's not getting laps, it's not getting time. It should be going more faster, but it's not. And he's losing time when, for example, Logan Spath lose time with that 2 or 3 incident what I saw. It's basically Spath is 3/10 faster.
Well, what's going to happen is Spath's going to have really worn Waiuli tires at the end of his stint. Well, these guys are going to come in here in the next 6 laps or so and get really fresh Waiuli tires or really fresh tires, period, and just be able to push to the end. So I'm not quite sure if Logan's on the best strategy. The best strategy, though, for him, though, is going to be the track position if he can get it all back. He might not be the fastest car. There goes Blauman. Blauman decided he's not going to wait any longer. He's going to try to jump them on the pit stop here. So while we wait for pit stops, let's get another word in from iRacing and World Wide Technology Raceway, and we'll be right back with the completion of this race. And man, it is a spicy one indeed. Don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
They walk among us, but at 240 miles per hour, they become something more. Buckle up. This new era of speed, this racing revolution, it's just getting started.
years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. World Wide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship Playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
And we're back, and some stuff has happened since we left. Brian Blauman came to pit road, as you saw right before the break, and he comes off on the Waiuli tires, and he ran into problems coming up to speed on the Waiuli tires, and he had to come to pit road with damage. There we see coming on pit road right there, Ryan Schold for his final scheduled stop at lap 69, coming to 70 of 90, and he's done for the race, and he is on. Looks like he is on the prime. I think he's on the prime tire. Hold on. Yeah, he is on the prime tire. And while we're also away, Presley Sora had a moment, and he is riding around with a single wing on the front nose.
And Andrew Wood is the leader of the race today.
And Schold is in front of Foti after that exchange of pit stops. There are the driver points coming into today. Just a reminder. Panero had problems. Stanley had problems. Foti looking to capitalize. And where he goes, Foti goes to the inside.
Oh.
We're going to replay that again.
Nice.
Very shallow turn in, and he holds it. And as you mentioned, Andrew Wood now, your leader, leading some of the first laps he's got a chance to lead all season. Of course, he's teammate to some of the best that have driven in this series ever. Molechka, Bennett, Josh Chin, Alex Van de Sant, Jason Brophy. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. But, yeah, he's a teammate to all those guys. So we know the pedigree is good. Just not a lot of luck this year. And Logan Spath 20 seconds behind him. And he will pick up the lead whenever Wood comes to pit road, which is probably going to be in another 8 laps or so. There's Glindy. He's worked his way up just to drive to survive. He's worked his way up 6 spots to 15th. Whatever gets you home. Whatever gets you home, you know?
Actually, he's without experience in road course, finished 90 laps in Long Beach is a win. Even 60 laps, I think Solana have a 45, 50, I don't remember. The official score is 40 laps or something like that. But if you finish at least the checkered flag, is a win-win.
The official series, I thought, was right around 30.
It's less.
Yeah, and the reason why, and it was the fixed series when they came here one time, I can't remember his name now, but he's a Road to Pro NASCAR Pro Series driver. He won our fixed Indy 500 broadcast last year. But he did a no stopper here, and won that race. Casey Kerwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won. He did a no stopper and just dominated that race.
He didn't stop.
No stopper.
Oh yeah,
yep.
you mentioned that time. Yeah. Okay.
Now, he had such a big lead on people, he could just do a ton of clutching and coasting. And, yeah, he took it all. It's to date the only broadcast that I've ever done where someone has won with a no-stop strategy. And I've done more than 300, 400 races, something like that. I have to go back and count. But, yeah, I've done a ton of races broadcasts. And he's the only driver to ever do that strategy. I've had a handful of drivers over the course of broadcast do a one-stop strategy, but the number of drivers that have done a no-stop strategy and win a race is one. Casey, that's it.
Yeah, it's very nice that day. He came to the booth to say thank you and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. The ERL's IndyCar Series is proudly sponsored by Warriors for Peace. Warriors for Peace is an Indianapolis-based nonprofit organization working to end violence and to inspire peaceful change. Founded in memory of Jack Shockley, they support youth through scholarships, mentoring, and community programs. To learn more, to support their mission, visit their webpage at warriors4peace.org or follow one of their socials today. All the links you need are in the description. We want to thank Warriors for Peace for their continued support of this signature series of the Elite Racing League. Once again, today's 5th annual Long Beach Grand Prix is proudly sponsored by PresleySora.com. There is Presley right there. He is currently in 9th spot with a brand new front wing on his car. PresleySora.com is the official website of this guy, NASCAR ARCA Menard Series driver Presley Sora. For all information, merchandise, driver news, you want to visit PresleySora.com. Follow Presley on social media via @PresleySora or check the links in the description.
The question is, how many front wings we've seen?
Wow. Yes, that is true. That is how many front wings have we gone through today. If somebody in chat would like to go through and count all the front wings that we have at least seen.
I just remember Richie Hearn with 2 or 3 times with new front wings.
That's when they go to the other team car and they pull off another front wing for one of the other team cars, and he's in a blue car but has a silver front wing. You know, just that's totally something Team Menard would do back in the day.
Really? Oh
yes, yes. In fact, I had a friend of mine paint me up a livery of I call it the mismatched Team Menard car, which has like a green wing and a yellow body and orange side pods. Leader coming to pit road, by the way. And I love it. It's just a Frankenstein of parts that a team would throw in a car to, for spare parts that they needed to put a car together for a last-minute qualification run for somebody in Indianapolis or something like that. But final stop here for our leader, Andrew Wood. Logan Spath will be quickly coming down the straightaway to pick back up the lead. And not too far behind Logan is Tyler Fode and Ryan Schold, and the race is now on to run down Logan. And once again, if you're just joining us, this has been an unbelievable race. Our number 1 and number 2 in points are out. They ran into an incident on entering turn 8, and they ended up crashing out. At least one of them has. And then Ethan Stanley has since made a couple laps and then retired. He made a couple positions there, but Ethan Stanley Pinero, early leaders. Stanley dominating today. simply dominating today. And they both crashed into another, encountered a disabled Richie Hearn on the exit of turn 8, and they take each other out. This guy right here picks up the lead. He netcodes contact, but we don't believe there's any registered damage on the car as he continues to put up fast lap after fast lap. This is Logan Spath making his first start of the season here in the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. He is your defending Rookie of the Year champion from 2025B, or 2024B, excuse me. We're in 2025A. We can't go forward in the future to be a Rookie of the Year. And that is where we are today. And then behind is Tyler Fode, who, and there goes Gavin Hibbs. He goes purple. So that is one last bonus point that was going to one of the leaders. But Fode is looking to capitalize the most. He is third in points and may be the points leader after this race. Ryan Scholl looking to also make a big jump in points too. He is currently third. And that is the closest battle on the racetrack. And if Blauman didn't have problems, Blauman would be right there in this battle. But unfortunately, he's back in 13th, 6 laps down. There he is after making contact coming off pit road with cold tires. So if you're just joining us, this is ERN's coverage of round 7 of 12, the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. It's the 5th annual Presley Sora Long Beach Grand Prix coming to you from the streets of the beach here in Long Beach. Well, currently, Logan Spath is your leader. And we got 13 laps to go. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. The next race for us is in 2 weeks at Atlanta for the 4D Racewear 500K. And we are a bit of substitution for Atlanta. Atlanta is a substitution on the schedule for Nashville. Thank God, because these cars don't have the right aero package for Nashville, at least in the sim. And they race pretty badly there. As seen, it wasn't a bad race, but the Formula Indy Series last night over on P1 raced at Nashville, and it was a bit of a rough race. And as you mentioned, Lewis, the car feels like it kind of floats there, and it's just because it's not the right aero package. But so we're going to Atlanta instead, and that'll be our final warm-up before we head to the Brickyard for our month of May. Coverage of Atlanta and their 4D Racewear 500K starts at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss it. Ring the bell. You'll be notified when we go live right here on the Elite Racing Network. 12 to go here at Long Beach. Spath, your leader by 4.1 seconds, now 4 seconds over Fode. The difference in tires, if you're curious, and we'll give you a situation awareness on push to pass. The situation on tires, Logan Spath, 16-lap-old tires, Fode 11, Scholl 10. So their tires should be better in these closing stages. And Fode's gaining. He is gaining. He's faster in certain areas, slower in others. He's starting to pull away from Scholl. Here is your situation with push to pass. This is going to be key as we get to the final stages of this race. 71 seconds for Spath, 21 for Fode. So Fode is going to run out before he catches Spath or as he gets there. And Scholl is sitting on a ton of it for 108. But you also got to ask yourself, Lewis, how much fuel is in it? Oh, as Scholl smacks the wall there on corner 4.
And about the fuel,
That's actually 5. I keep doing that. 5, 6, and here's 8, and then 9's at the end of the straight. But yeah, you got to ask yourself on fuel, but they should have enough based upon their last stop. But if they just have enough to get to the finish, how much do they have on the overhead to use when they match that button?
No, I think so. They are really good to go for to the end. Maybe they're gonna burn it maybe a little bit more I don't know.
Well,
in
Schultz on the
liters
button
is-
now.
Yeah, in little, you see, you can press a little bit the button, but that's it. So I think so that the fuel is really good to the end, but we don't know how much he put. If maybe he's tight,
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe he put less than he expected. Sometimes happen. You're 20 to go and you put. Last time I put 70 something. I took liters, sorry, and then you realize, oh my God, I short for maybe 2 or 3 laps.
Or you put
maybe
in
1 lap,
just
sorry.
enough. You put in just enough to finish your stint. So let's say you pit with
Uh-huh.
20 to go, and you only put in 20 laps worth of fuel. You don't have enough to hit the buttons. He's on the button now. He's going to take a look to the inside of Foti at the end of the back straight. He's going to try to set him up again. He's got to get a good exit off of turn 11 here on the hairpin. He gets in there deep.
Now he got to push it.
Spath on the button. Foti on the button. Schultz
Yeah.
on the button. Do you see the around his dash where it says, you see the number 6 on his steering wheel? It says a 6th gear. That will light up green as he dives in there deep.
Oh. Loose. So if he can use 10 seconds each lap, he can go into the end with 0 push to pass. So that's a good for Ryan Schultz. But for 40, he have a 13, so he got to save it to the end. Maybe he's gonna use a little bit now. No, he don't want to use it.
Schultz using it, and he's getting another big run. He's going to take a peek to the inside, coming into 8 or 9. I am messing up my turn numbers today badly.
9,
Here's 10. Here's 11 right here. He's got to get another good run off the corner. Better this run than the last lap. You see the green around the border of his wheel there. 8 to go. This is the closest battle on the racetrack. The battle that really matters at the moment because we think that Foti might become the points leader if he just really finishes this race in P2. And they're coming up the lap traffic. That is James Watson. James will get out of the way. James finished last night on the podium at Nashville in the Formula Indy Series. So he's had himself a pretty decent week.
So I think he need to come in more close on turn 8 because you close here, but that's the mistake. Both make a mistake. You see that both of them make a lose on the too much torque in the car. So I think the best for Schultz is turn 8.
Whoa, here he's going to take a peek. Outside in the 1. It's going to get tied up.
Nice.
We're going to go side by side into the fountain. You don't do that. And Schultz gets the pass through the fountain.
So I'm going to eat my words because I'm really good at that.
And that makes you wonder if Foti maybe used those tires up trying to run down Spath. But in that battle, Spath pulled back out to a 6-second lead.
1 second have a 40. Only 1 second push to pass.
Yeah, we'll show you the push to pass. Basically, you're telling me he is done. Yeah, 1 second. That's a blip. I don't know. $39 for Spath, $45 for Schultz. And Foti uses what's left. Might as well. Smoke him if you got him. 6 to go here at the beach.
You can, with that pass Schultz did, you can figure out the good driver we have in this league, because if you're talking in general past, for sure 40 in that position, whatever is the guy is in that position, for sure you're gonna push the guy on the wall, because it's the defender. He make the defender on the left side, and it's not. It cannot happen that, but because 40 and Schultz is really good drivers. 40 give it the inside. Outside, sorry.
5 to go. Spash, Schold, Foti, the top 3 right now. Andrew Wood is in 4th, Kidda 5th. Dan Marrera, last car on the lead lap, just in front of Logan Spath a little bit. He's about 13 seconds up the road. Next car up the road, really, from our leader. You see right there, that is Presley Sora. Presley's currently in 9th. Back one lap is Hibbs and Norgard, and Sora back 7th, 8th, and 9th. Aldrich all alone in 10th. And if he can bring his car home and not lose another lap in the remaining laps here in the race, which I don't think he's in front of the leader, he should lock himself into a top 10 finish there. Watson 11th, Blauman 12th, Forsyth 13th, Pocock 14th, Glindy. He's worked his way into a top 15 finish just by keeping the nose clean. He is the last car running. We started with 26. Right now, we're on the verge of ending with 15, with 6 on the lead lap.
Yeah, it could be worse, actually. If we're talking about 15, we saw in Dover with over the 23, 24 cars, 26 cars, and we finished with 20 or maybe 15. I can figure it out. I can check exactly how many cars we finished that day. And here is really difficult to finish all the field, and we are 15, so it's pretty good. All these incidents was I want to say race incident in the real life, because it could happen, to be honest. Oh, we finished with 11, and we started with 31. Better than the real life. That's what I said that day.
28 drivers have won an Elite Racing League Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series race. The last first-time winner we had in the series was Matthew Weeks last year at that P1 Broadcasting US 500 that we were talking about. This will be the 28th different first-time winner in series history if he gets the next couple of laps under his belt as he gets around Presley. He'll join the likes of Brandon Trano, Gavin Hibbs, David Porcelli, Nate Sieper, Craig Forsyth, Sage Karam, Victor Del Porto, Matt Hollenball as other one-time winners here in the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. Coming to 2 to go. 6-second lead. Logan Spath just needs to hit his marks and bring this Stowe Motorsports car home for the ultimate warm-up before the month of May for his team. Getting a win in your warm-up race before the big race later in May.
Yeah, the May week, or the May month, sorry, with a lot of IndyCar around the orbit. So it's gonna be IndyCar GP and then IndyCar. Actually, we have the Carb Day.
There will be a carb day. We're not broadcasting it, but there will be a carb day at 7:45 p.m. Eastern on May 6th. And that will be Carb Day festivities, including a DW12 race that will act as the Freedom 100.
The Indy Pro also, and some others too around.
White flag in the air.
Listen.
One more time around for Logan Spath here at Long Beach.
So it's gonna be 4 races in one day. So basically, that's a Carb Day on ERN.
Cleanly through the far end of the racetrack. A left-hand turn to go up here. At the end of the street here, downhill, right-hand turn. Scene of the crime right here where we picked up the lead. That will be long talked about, I'm sure. Down the backstretch. Final time for Logan Spath, teammate to our Indy 500 champion from last year, Caleb Benty, on the verge of his first win. 28th different winner here in the Elite Racing League's history. Off the final corner, down the front straight, looking at the checkered flag. Logan Spath gets the win on a road course in a broadcasted race right here in the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series.
Was crazy race, to be honest.
It was a
Really
crazy race. Gavin Hibbs got the purple lap, so he will get the bonus points for that. And Logan Spath with the win. Ryan Schultz second, Tyler Fode third, Andrew Wood fourth, Kidda in fifth, Marrera sixth. Spath just goes into the wall. Gavin Hibbs seventh, Norgard eighth, Presley Sora. Thank him for sponsoring today's race. He gets a top 10 out of his own race here, so not a bad day for him. The Arca Menard driver in ninth, Victor Aldrich, getting a top 10 out of the action and carnage of the day. Not a bad finish, really. He finished 12 spots better. Andrew Wood finished 15 spots better, and I think he's probably going to be our Luis Gonzalez Nunez driver of the race.
For Andrew Wood, I said.
15 spots.
Yes, sir.
James Watson 11th, Blauman 12th, Forsyth 13th, Clindy 14th, so actually got one more spot for Clindy. Good on him. Cale Pocock in 15th, Huckleberry 16th, Stanley very disappointing 17th, but those couple of laps that he was able to turn with an ill-handling car got him at least one position. So he got ahead of Connor Nixon, and so finished 17th, Nixon 18th, Panero 19th, Hearn in 20th. And Chad in 21st, Camargo 22nd, Keel in 23rd, Albrecht 24th, Herrick and Ingrev round out 25th and 26th in the 26-car field. Man, what a tough, interesting, tough race. It's just...
I think this should be, if we have this show, this should be have a Long Beach for the next season, or maybe the following year, because we already know about a little bit know about the next season on 2025B, but pretty good race. I thought it was gonna be like okay, one leader, whatever, the other one's gonna try to catch, and then everything all this drama came without no. So.
And points are already posted. Okay, we'll talk about that here in a second. It is very tight, very, very tight. But we need to queue up some replays here.
Like I said, in 1 hour and 15 minutes, we see Stanley leading half a race, go out, Piñeiro go out, and Logan Spark won the race today. Well, I can see the standing now. Yeah, pretty tight. 1 second.
All right. Let's get to the interview portion of the broadcast. Here we go. Boop. There's your upcoming schedule for other Elite Racing League races coming up. And we'll head on to the interview room and speak with Tyler Foti. And a little bit of a drive to survive today. We'll bring him up right now. Tyler Foti joining us. Yet another podium finish. Also doing it on the road course. Congratulations. A bit of a rough day, man. At one point, you were on the verge of going a lap down.
Dude, tell me about it. I was all through the field tonight. Yeah, just wrong side of strategy a couple times, and then held up with some lap traffic and bad timing of other things, and battling Chad for a little bit. And yeah, then next thing I knew, Stanley was behind me at one point. So no, it was crazy. I am glad I took care of the black tires at the beginning, and then we got the cautions to fall when they did. It set me up good there and made a couple of clutch passes, and yeah, was trying to hang on for second with everything I had, but Scholl is just too quick, so had to settle for third. Almost lost it on the last lap, but yeah, happy to be here talking to y'all.
Yeah, that would have been unfortunate if you lost on the last lap, because have you seen the points update?
I got a pretty good idea of what they are going to be looking like, but no, I haven't looked at them.
You are 1 point behind Adriano. Adriano hung on enough to come out of this race as the points leader, but you are just 1 point behind him going into this next race where we got 2 weeks to kind of prepare for it with Atlanta now instead of Nashville. But only 1 point behind, and then a chance to earn some bonus points at Indianapolis with a good qual, and then double points at Indianapolis if you do well there. Man, you've got yourself in a pretty good spot just by driving to survive here and not falling down that lap.
Yeah, that's been the plan all season, to have a shot at this title. Obviously, I mean, Piñeiro and Stanley are the huge favorites with winning speed pretty much every week. So for me, it's just been trying to, get top fives when we can, grab podiums when we can. So far, it's been working out. So trying to hang around long enough and get through these road courses. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Oh, just shout out to Stanley for helping out with some tips here and there around the track. Kind of unfortunate circumstances took him out again in this one, but yeah, always fun running with him. We were
asking ourselves, and I'll give you back the mic here in just a second. We were asking ourselves if it would have last time. Remember, he at Barber when we had the caution, he stopped and got into trouble. This time we were like, shouldn't he have? Would it have been better if he would have stopped this time? And that way he would have been further back in the order and not drove through the caution zone with everyone sideways in front of him as soon as he did. So it's like almost a damned if you do, damned if you don't. He probably learned from the past race that I'm not going to stop. I'm going to hold on to my track position. And by holding on to his track position is what got him into trouble this time. It's just very unfortunate. And it's how do you make a call when you know that either flip of the coin is bad.
Yeah, he's been dealt some tough hands the last couple of weeks, but he is no doubt going to be definitely still a title favorite here late in this season. So I'm sure he'll be back. I'm glad to get the points when I can. But yeah, just again, shout out to him and John Cutlip for painting both of our schemes. And then shout out to you guys here for putting on the show.
Well, I mean, a shout out again to you for just, at the one point being, of course, cautions helped out a little bit, and this one is for you as well, but at one point on the verge of going a lap down. And it's tough to tell your teammate who's getting ready to put you a lap down, hey, man, just lighten up a little bit for me. Don't put me a lap down. But, I mean, that was still pretty early in the race when that happened, and you can't really tell your teammate to do that. But you managed to came back from that, and at one point led some laps. You led 5, so you got some bonus points from that, and brought it home on the podium. I mean, all things considered, you should be pretty happy on this day, and it put itself in a good position to go to our next oval race, which you do pretty well at when we go to Atlanta. So we'll see you there, but congrats on a pretty good come-from-behind finish here.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And that is Tyler Fode with a pretty good drive here today. Like I said, at one point, if you go back and watch during that first stint, he was about less than a second at one point from going a lap down.
Yeah, that's that's happened in these races. So good to have yellow flags, cautions, and all the stuff that make you a second chance to be there.
Well, let's bring up Ryan Schold. Here he is. Ryan, P2 today on the road courses, and you've told me before you're not the big road course guy, but you had a big road course performance today, especially in the closing stages of the race. You got around Fode and pulled away and held on to a solid P2, and man, you were in the top 5 all day today. You were not lacking pace at all.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work the last couple of years on the road side of things with Chad, Hunter, Fortner, on the whole team. So had a lot of pace today, had a great battle with Fode those last 40 laps and was able to get by him. So all in all, a really good day.
Talk about the conditions out there. Look like a lot of people were kind of driving themselves into situations, losing front wings, smacking walls. For the most part, you came out pretty unscathed out of this race, and that was a big help.
Yeah, certainly was. And that was kind of step one for me tonight, to make sure I had 4 wheels on it at the end, and was able to do a little better than that in the end as well. So just can't thank everyone at Little Eagle Racing enough. Been a lot of work, and excited to bring home a podium.
Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to? Of course, PRI Hoosier 500, that's a big deal. Go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, so on the PRI Hoosier 500 front, it's going to be a lot of fun come December, having Elite involved, obviously you guys at P1 involved. Excited to put on what we think's the most quote-unquote real 500 that sim racing has to offer. So that's going to be a lot of fun with you, with the whole team. So certainly looking forward to that. Again, thanks to the team. Thanks to Elite for putting everything on. Thanks to you guys in the broadcast booth. Can't do it without you guys. And to everyone watching, thanks for tuning in.
Well, after a bit of a slow start this season, you're building up the momentum at the right time. You're now 5th in the points after this race today. Now, first, second, and third got a pretty good lead on everybody right now because they got the wins, the podiums, and the pole positions right now. But looking at a top 5 finish in the series, all not too bad, and that's after a pretty rough start. So catching momentum where momentum needs to be caught at the right time, right at the mid part of the season, and coming into some big races that will have double points. So congrats on the finish, congrats on the momentum, and we'll see you in 2 weeks when we head to Atlanta.
Sounds great. I appreciate you guys.
See ya. And that is Ryan Schold. Again, the points, before we bring Logan in here, Panero has 231 points to Tyler Fode's 230 points, so there's only 1 point difference there. And then Ethan Stanley 225 points. He's only 6 points behind Pinheiro. So 6 points cover, or if we want to call it 7 points cover the top three. And we still have the big races to go this season, Lewis. We still have the double point races to go. This entire championship is still wide open. It might be wide open for the top three at the moment, but it's still wide open.
Yeah, it's still open. I think with 5 to go, I think this is the map we're gonna see in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is open, even with all of these big names is gonna appear in that day. So it's gonna be open, and this is gonna be a problem. That's the problem. We're gonna talk about later for that, but it's open for everyone, and this is getting more excited for every single week when we be here in ERN.
Yeah, Leighton Norgard is currently fourth. He's 61 points behind the leader. Then Schold at 83 points behind. Clindy at 88 points behind in sixth. Craig Forsyth seventh. Chad Frankenfeld eighth. Blauman ninth. And Presley Sora and Andrew Wood tied at 10th, in 10th now. With 129 points, 102 behind. Let's bring up Logan Spath. I'm sure he's very happy. And here he is. Finally, I get to broadcast your first league win. I missed that opportunity when iRacing took it away from us when you got that big win at Talladega in the Revolution Indy League. You got the win here. But first things first, before we get to the celebratory whoops and hollerings here, did you get notification from your sponsor or a spotter or anything on screen as you were getting around the corner at turn 8 that there was a local caution there?
A pretty late one. I'm not sure when they started really wrecking in front of me. I got it pretty late into the turn. I thought I slowed down enough. I'm not sure if I did hit someone. There was pretty much, I don't know what iRacing was doing, but there was cars in the air, there was cars inside of the tire barrier in the wall. I don't really know what was happening over there, but I had wheel damage from it for the rest of the race. I was a little left hand down. My spotter let me know. There just wasn't much any of us could do with how chaotic that whole thing was.
Well, you make it through that, and then all of a sudden, the two people that well, certainly one of them was stomping everybody. Let's just face it, Ethan just had pace that was unbelievable in that very first stint, and it was pulling away. And keeping things closer after that restart, with that second restart, that restart from that first caution. You got you guys closer, but you come around the corner and you see your key competition out, and you kind of sneak your way through. Now that you're past the accident zone, what's the first thought in your mind? I mean, how damaged am I? And then, oh my God, I can't believe it, I'm the leader.
A bit of both.
Yeah.
I was honestly, that entire stint after that wreck, I was just hoping that there was no required repairs. I was like, the car felt fine, a little left hand down, but it wasn't anything that wasn't drivable. And I was just hoping that I didn't see any required repairs pop up when I went to pit the next time. But honestly, yeah, Ethan was so fast. Adriano was as well. It was pretty much got the win, so it ended up working out in some way. But I think I chose the wrong strategy compared to what Ethan and Adriano did, but I don't think I had the same pace that they had on the blacks. So I think I may have ended up falling back a little bit if I had started there. So it worked out. It worked out at the end of the day. But no, their pace was insane.
Well, before we give you the shout-outs and everything, I mean, talk about the race. You are the defending Rookie of the Year champion from 2025 or 2024B, making your first start, kind of a warm-up for the big Indy 500 coming up. Are we going to see more of you and your teammate now as the FIS is kind of running down? We're going to see more and more races to kind of round out this season, or you just kind of use this as a warm-up today to kind of get yourself in place and in the right frame of mind for when we go qualifying for the Indy 500 here in the Elite Racing League?
Yeah, it was kind of I had some schedule conflicts pop up, so I have to miss the end of FIS season. So that's why I wasn't there last night. And I kind of, because of my schedule getting mixed around, kind of had my Thursdays back open again, and was figured with the 500 coming up, I definitely wanted to get back in here. It's such a competitive league. I think you really can't make a single mistake with any of them. Even at the end of the race there, like I can see I have about 5-6 second lead. You can't really take your foot off the pedal with any of them. So yeah, I definitely plan on being here. Don't know about a teammate, but for sure plan on being here for the rest of the races.
You are the 28th different winner in league history here to get a win here in the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. This is your first, obviously your first win, our first time first winner since Matthew Weeks. Of course, you finished behind Matthew at the US 500 last year. So 28th different first-time winner, and first-time winner since last season. And a good time to get some momentum as we're a couple races away from the month of May. So way to catch that momentum and to capitalize on it. Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to? I know the Stowe Crew's watching from home.
Yeah, I don't want to be dramatic about it. The Talladega win was great. I'm just so happy to get a road course win. That's kind of what I was always into a bit more, and Talladega is definitely a special one. And the IndyCar kind of gets a little just hope for the right break in the run, but saying some dangerous words in IndyCar. I came in as a Drive to Survive fan going into COVID. I didn't know anything about racing, had no clue, and just about 4 years into this, I don't think I understood how hard it was. It's taken so much time to kind of figure out what I'm doing and get comfortable. So just coming in with someone that had no idea what they're doing, it's just fantastic to be here. So I just want to say thank you to Caleb for getting me here. I wouldn't be here without him, and all the help that he's given me. Gavin Sanders as well. He's been fantastic in helping me. I want to thank my fiance for letting me get into this and spending all this money and time.
Smart man.
Yeah, it's taken a lot of time. I think I had a streak going that was almost a year long for a bit there, going on iRacing every day. So definitely want to thank her for letting me do this, and her getting into IndyCar as well and really being able to enjoy the races together.
Keeper.
My grandparents.
She's a keeper right there.
Thank my grandparents showing up here. I know they were showing up when I was running 30th in RAL and just fighting to hang on to not get lapped for the 5th time. And they've shown up to every race, haven't complained about a single second of it, loved watching every moment. And thank you, Gary. Feels like you've been along with the ride with me, broadcasting all these races throughout this time and getting to know you through what was obviously race first. So thank you, Gary. Thank you, Lewis, for the broadcast. It's always fantastic to watch. And yeah, thank you guys.
I'm glad it was us that was broadcasting your first big road course win. I'm glad it was us.
I definitely am too. I wouldn't want anyone else broadcasting my IndyCar races.
I appreciate that. Well, congratulations, man. We are very happy for you. Go celebrate. And yeah, definitely tell the woman at home, thank you very much for allowing you to do this with us. Obviously, that's the smart thank you for sure. But man, we will catch you hopefully more this season. Atlanta's next, but we definitely want to see you at Indianapolis here in a couple weeks for the big 500, and you can help your teammate back up his winner from last year, or get the win over him maybe this year. With the momentum you got going into the big race. But we hope to see more of you this season, but congrats on the big one today.
Hey, thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to go ahead and say it for him. Lewis, I think this is his biggest win, IndyCar win on iRacing right here. I think this is his biggest win. And you can kind of hear it. It's a big deal when you get a big, like when you won at Lionheart, right? You know that you were really beating the best of the best. And right now, with the Elite Racing League and this driver roster for the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series, you are really beating some of the best when it comes to the IR18.
Yeah, like I just said, the Lionheart was the best of the best because it's closed now. But should be one time it's gonna open again. But we have the best of the best, the cream of the cream over there with the big names over there every single week. And now we have a here with the best of the best. People we don't know until we come in here and see Longan Spa, Ryan Schultz, 40, Takeshi Kita, Dan Morera. I know Andrew Good is good, one of the big ones. But we have the best of the best over here, and we see for 14 weeks or 13 weeks or something like that, see the people coming on here, especially with Indy 500, when I counted 12 different nations. So it's going to be USA versus the rest of the world, for sure. And we have again, last year we have a chat with Adriano Fraporti. Sorry, Adriano Piñeiro. Sorry, I don't say Fraporti. It's a different thing. But today, this year, is going to be Estrada, Lichtenberg. We're going to have Jacob Obster, Maleshka, Steph Alexander. It's going to come back RC Anderson too, the ex IndyCar driver, and also Richard Hearn also is IndyCar driver too. But it's gonna be big, and that's when I coming from to when you battle for the championship, is coming these outsiders to come into the Indy 500 to win the 500, and this is making more interesting because you have to be into there with all of these people. And sometimes it's like sometimes it sucks when it's coming somebody outside and there's like you battle for the championship, but also for the Indy 500, and something happened in there. So that's the risk. It's happening in the real life when somebody is not racing anymore here, but it's coming into like for example Larson or
your Indy only drivers, your Ryan Hunter-Reay, or we saw Indy only drivers win in 2011 with Dan Weldon, and we saw an Indy only driver win with Helio Castro Neves when he won his fourth. So yeah, there's always that process of the Indy only driver showing up and getting the win. But you're right, it's a big warm up to get a big win here on the road to Indy, and Logan Spath did that today.
That's the one I did pretty good. So we saw him win today. I already checked his standing. The best way he did was last year in Motegi when he finished second in the Grand Prix. On Motegi. And then he had third in Michigan, where you mentioned too, and road course in Laguna Seca 4. So basically, he is one of the can put the dot to be a big showing. Or it's gonna be a good guy in the road course. So big shout out for him because he did a good job today and he survived basically. Like I said, I told you. So you have to survive. The race is not over until the checkered flag is out. Or because Long Beach or maybe Detroit, what is happening with Piñero last year. In the last lap, he hit the wall, the barrel, and gone in the third position. So it's like that, and that's what I really have to put it. More street course. It's missing St. Petersburg, it's missing Toronto, it's missing something else is coming soon. So they had to add it because this is the good show for us. So the coming next is Atlanta, hot, always is hot. I don't know what is going to be the condition on that day, but always we know Atlanta is hot and it's tough. So it's going to be tough for all of these guys. For sure, Adriano Piñero is one of the guys knows about how this racing in 130 degree in track, and it's going to be interesting for that. So nothing more from me. See you in 2 weeks in hot Atlanta.
So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium for the 5th annual Presley Sora Long Beach Grand Prix from the streets of Long Beach. Logan Spath getting his first win ever in the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. Your 28th different winner, first time winner this season. Ryan Scholl finishes second. Tyler Fode comes home third and is now only 1 point behind Adriano Pinero for the championship lead going into our next race. Join ERN again in 2 weeks as the teams and drivers head to the hot south to tackle a very fast but challenging Atlanta Motor Speedway for the first time in series history. Coverage begins around 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's 7:45 p.m. Eastern, and you can find everything right here at youtube.com and just search Elite Racing Network. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not easy, so please help support ERN with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of ERN's other iRacing programming, including the Juicy Spider Studios Elite Truck Series, Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and the Mark J. Rebilas Grand National Series, Mondays at 7:30 Eastern. The next IndyCar race may not be for 2 weeks, but there's plenty of ERL action to follow. Ring that bell icon. You won't want to miss it. Today's 5th annual Long Beach Grand Prix is proudly sponsored by PresleySora.com. PresleySora.com is the official website of NASCAR ARCA Menards series driver Presley Sora. And Presley did bring his car home in the top 10. He finished 9th today. For all information, merchandise, driver news, visit PresleySora.com. Follow Presley Sora on social media at Presley Sora, or check the links in the description. Everything you need there. Elite Racing League's naming rights are paid for by the Warriors for Peace. Warriors for Peace is an Indianapolis-based nonprofit organization working to end violence and inspire peaceful change. Founded in memory of Jack Shockley, they support youth through scholarships, mentoring, and community programs. To learn more or to support their mission, visit their webpage at warriorsforpeace.org or to follow one of their socials today. Links are in the description. I want to thank Warriors for Peace for their continued support of this series. A special thank you to the Elite Racing League's premier sponsors, Blue Egg Marketing and World Wide Technology Raceway. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. To learn more about Blue Egg, go to blueeggmarketing.com or click on their link in the stream description. Worldwide Technology Raceway is a premier sports facility located in Madison, Illinois, just minutes from downtown St. Louis and the iconic Gateway Arch. To learn more about Worldwide Technology Raceway, to buy tickets for their events, check out www.raceway.com or click on their link in the stream description. And yeah, check out their tickets for their premier IndyCar race coming up. That's one of their marquee events. You don't want to miss it. Buy your tickets today. For business inquiries to learn more about Elite Racing League and what we do, visit EliteRacingLeague.com. Subscribe on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on X and Instagram. As always, the links are in the description. So for LGN, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at the Elite Racing Network, I'm Gary Gatto saying all good night and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us all again right here in 2 weeks in Atlanta for the next race up, the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. Good night, everybody.